Good night in Grant, Mississippi. Start off with Tom Cook, representing Grant Cherry Parkway. Most of you last time we were together, going to describe a discrepancy that exists between when we did that PIP plan, that last PIP plan, a couple years ago, we did a new comprehensive plan. Our comprehensive plan is not in concert with the PIP plan we did. So both those counts, these are things that we did. All right? So we need to correct them, and I'm turning it over to you.
Well, I think you just explained it. We, as you know, we have about 400 acres at East Franklin exit that, have been developed under the Grant Cherry Parkway TIF. TIF was amended in 2016. At that time, all that land was zoned commercial, C40. Shortly after that, the city adopted a comprehensive plan. And in that plan, about the north half of that 400 acres, about 200 acres, was rezoned to traditional method development. And so what we're trying to do is come to our attention that there's some inconsistencies in developing land zoned commercial subject to the TIF as opposed to developing land zoned T and D under the TIF. So what we want to do is amend the plan to so there aren't any inconsistencies between developing under commercial zoning as opposed to T and D zoning. One of those is the taxes. And the TIF, you know, it's supported by taxes. It was clear when the plan was adopted that the entire 400 acres was intended to support TIF bonds and federal taxes. We want to make it clear. It's not clear. It's not clear that ad valorem taxes under the T and D development would support the bonds. That's the main thing that we want to clarify. If any of you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer your questions, but the lawyer drafted the exact language that will clarify, make these clarifications that we're requesting that you consider. If not, maybe you have questions?
No questions from anyone? Do we understand that?
Yeah, I think that we have Matt do a little more,
Okay.
and a little bit too, maybe.
Have you thought through this?
I haven't really looked at the whole TIF plan to see which properties and the discrepancies between the two, so I haven't had time to digest that, but I certainly can. And then, I don't know any more I can add tonight, but
No. Hey, I think, see if I can describe this in 20,000 foot. So we've got T and D in the TIF plan. There was no T and D earlier. The TIF plan said no residential, period. Well, T and D can be 100% commercial, but it can also be 100% residential. So we're in conflict with what we created. So what he's asking is for us to straighten it out. So as he and I spoke about this, best thing to do is just leave it alone and change the TIF, modify the TIF plan, leave the T and D, don't modify it, don't change that. But whatever residential, say you got commercial below, residential above, something to that effect, just leave it in there because it's supporting the same infrastructure. So whatever's in that acreage, just leave it there. And that's the only change in asking, right?
That's right.
Did I stop all of this?
Well, Mayor's right. What in commercial zoning, we would have 100% commercial. And now we have half commercial and half T and D. Well, as you know, T and D can have commercial. And like the mayor said, typically you'll have retail sales for residential residences above. So we think that the residences in that situation should support the TIF bonds because they're benefiting from the infrastructure that's being built for TIF. And so that's one of the things that we found.
So are we talking about single family residential also being in the TIF? Even if it's in the T and D?
It could be. I mean, as you know, T and D can have commercial, office space, multi-family residential, or single-family residential. So we feel like that since any residential that's in the T and D zoning, because you know, T and D requires amenities that residential does not require. So if any T and D development is done, then the residential will benefit from those amenities as will the commercial. So it's all in the T and D zoning, and we're requesting that all be treated the same. Any other questions?
That's the nexus of it. You went down to it. Does that make sense? Do you agree in conflict with our own plan?
The alternative would be that we request you zone it back commercial, but then we feel like we'd be asking for an exception from the comprehensive plan that you adopt. So if I amended the TIF, we're consistent with the comprehensive plan that you adopted in 2016. That's the route we decided to go because we thought it was more compatible with what the city had planned.
So we would kind of asking for a feel good, what do you understand the dilemma we're in, and are you receptive to going forward, modifying, putting an amendment to that TIF plan that describes that situation?
Yes, we would have to amend the plan, which would require notice. Mark later could take that as I can, but to amend the plan, it would require notice and amendment like we did in 2016.
Let's be clear, let's not confuse TIFs with kids. This is a TIF on the infrastructure development, individual bills on the homeowners. Ultimately, what you're paying for is the difference. You dedicated a level of ad valorem taxes in the TIF. What will pay for that is the increase in ad valorem, whatever that is. Not enough to develop it. So obviously there's an incentive to ensure that the infrastructure improvements are consistent with what the revenue would be from the TIF plan.
All right.
I don't have a problem with it, if they say, but
That's what we're asking you, since we started live streaming, sometimes we have problems with hearing. And I know it's new to us all, but throw that microphone up close to your mouth when you're speaking, please, so that anybody out there can hear you.
I would like to look at it a little more. And I'm not saying I'm against it, but I don't want to tip a large residential area and have 1,000 homes out there. And none of that, bad water taxes going to the cities.
Well, again, he described the easy way to handle that, was just to rezone it all back the way the TIF plan is. And if that's the will of the board, that seems to be the route that they're more than willing to go.
I just want to look at it a little more before we move forward. I'm not saying it's against it.
Well, you don't have a building permit, tool building anything yet, so it's kind of hard to look down the road.
Well, the other answer to your question, Mr. Benson, is that it's not 100% of the taxes go to support the TIF. Even as it's written now, only 50% of taxes, ad valorem taxes support the TIF. So it would just be 50%, not 100%.
Thank you. Any other comments? Appreciate you coming tonight. All right, gonna shift now into streets. So, need to share the story with you a little bit. I asked a couple people to be here. Tim Martin's in the back of the room. He does have a speaking role tonight. We've been looking at streets for more than a couple of years. And the dilemma is thinking about in this room wants to spend on the street. And that's kind of what the conversation is about. We'll arrive at the point in time when we're able to do that. So really didn't see a lot of necessity in having a long conversation about that until we could say definitively, this is the plan, and this is how you fund it, and this is how you pay for it. So when Jordan, Kyle, and Tim were here, and Matthew Miller, I think I saw him slip in, were here, we spent a lot of time going over every street in the city. And they were great. Now, last month, I gave you a complete list of the streets in your wards, and they're great. Might not be perfect, but it's the best we can do. Sometimes I feel like when I work through this, it's kind of like working through that genetics file. You know, you do the best you can do, and you finally reach a point in time where you got to take a test. Well, that's kind of where we're going. I think we've done a great job of what I'm about to give you to consider and how to fund it. So this process has taken quite a bit of time, and I appreciate Tim, George, Kyle, and Matthew Miller. Then we shifted over to Matthew Dodd and Charles Smith and myself and Matthew Miller. And we've been going back and forth since last fall, over and over and over again, to reduce this down and get it to something that's acceptable, I believe, to the majority of the board. Is everyone on your wish list gonna be in here? I doubt it very seriously. You know, so, but you need to study that. I'm gonna give you time to study it. And I asked Mr. Ed, who I saw slipping in the back there, he didn't have the sandals on, I considered that. His first day back in office was Friday, and I very much appreciate him coming over here tonight to help us share the story of how we see the way fun when I'm with you. So the first thing I'm gonna give you is something that Matthew Dodd spends quite a bit of time working on, and that is maps. We all look at these things, and these are all 6 wards. There are multiple pages in here. There's an overview, and then your ward and a blow-up of your ward. And you go back and get those rated sheets, that spreadsheet I gave you, those streets, you'll be able to match up the colors to how those streets were graded. So you've got a map to look at. Now, just one comment on the wording. These were graded good, moderate, poor, and failing, and they're color coded. I simplified that to say good, okay, poor, and failing. So I've got 4 letter words in my spreadsheets and don't need up quite as much space on page. So I'm gonna give you each one of these and just let you get to your award and look at it, and then I'm gonna give you the next piece that goes along with it. So again, in full disclosure, you got all 6 wards in that pack. So you can flip it back over to Ward 2, Ward 6, Ward 5, and you can look at how those streets were graded. Honestly, that stuff is getting close to 2 years old. We gotta go back and crawl on the shoulders and streets. You know, number one on the list for me is Woodgate, which has a double barrel culvert that we stopped paving last time. Those culverts gotta come up. I've got plenty of information I'll be putting out there about the condition of some of those corrugated steel culverts. So your ward's there. I'm gonna pause here for about 20 or 30 seconds and just let you digest what you're looking at. Okay, I see some of you looking through other wards and that kind of thing. I'd ask that you put that to pause, you study that a little bit later. But look at your ward, now I'm gonna simplify. The old instructor in me says different people learn by different ways. Some people are visual, in other words, you need a map to look at, other people need spreadsheets. Like Harry, looks at spreadsheets all day, so I'm very sensitive to using Harry spreadsheets. So what I've done here, you've got a list, got one of these that match up to that map, of all 6 wards. These are what, and you've also got a visual there, what we recommend. This is Matthew Miller, Matthew Donna, Charles Smith, and I, in agreement. So should be our next street program. Right? So you've got a list of those streets right here to match up to that map. Now, going through an analysis like this, you learn some interesting things, and I'll use forever and a day. Like City of Brandon has 135 miles of streets. I can quiz you, which ward has the most streets? That would be Ward 2. Which ward has the most linear feet or miles? That is Ward 6. And on and on and on. So you can tighten that up with a better understanding of what's on the ground. So you got a list, and in that, you'll see some notes I have at the bottom. We're estimating $40 per linear foot to pave it. We're shooting for 2 inches. You know, some places might get by with 1.5 inches. You understand that. We will be developing a bid list in short order. Depending on what your thoughts are on this, I would like to advertise for bids to finance this locally through banks and bonds, and I would like to advertise for bids to do this paving project kind of at the same time. I don't want to waste time going forward, getting approval for the streets, come up with a bid document and get approval and advertising for that, and then coming back and then going through the same process again to try to get money to do the project and we just get out. Rather than on the tandem where they're going to go about the same time. So at the bottom of that, you'll see pavement. We estimated, Matthew Miller estimated $40 a linear foot. Charles went back and looked, $16 per chip seal and micro. So some streets we're going to be able to micro seal, like we did Boyce Thompson, section Boyce Thompson. We're trying to put a limiter out there on the right of that spreadsheet to say which streets will get paved, which might need a chip seal, or which might micro seal might work on. So you got that. You got 15 seconds to digest that. I'm gonna start talking a little bit here. So, a little bit, confusing sometimes, when you look at your ward maps, because some of your wards are divided by street. Where one ward is on one side of the street, and another ward is on the other side. So, where do you place that street in whose ward are you doing something? Be very careful not to allow duplication. Another problem is, we use Woodgate. So Woodgate starts off as in Ward 5, going up, then it goes through Ward 3, then it goes through and ends in Ward 4. Well, in what you see in here, that street was broken up by linear feet, say this many linear feet are in Ward 5, this many are in Ward 3, this many in Ward 4. So when you see streets are being paved, that's kind of what that comes to. That makes sense. So we were cognizant of all that. We all on the same page, we understand what I've given out so far. Okay, it took a long time to reach it. I'm very happy to be here at this point tonight and being able to present it. You ready for the next piece of the puzzle? Question is, what? How much? So, now, last time we did a street plan, we came up with a specific list of streets. And granted, I know what I've given you, that's probably not the list that we want to bid with, but that's our recommendation. If you allowed us to go forward with our recommendation, we would add or not take off the street off that list. That's what we do. So maybe another one we missed. Matthew Dodd and I missed 3 and added 2 more today, trying to straighten this out. We spent a lot of time working on this. So that is the overall cost that you see. It comes in a little over $4 million. Originally, I had a target of $5 million, and I just, we cut it down to 45, and came up to 38, and today, this is what we zeroed in, about $4 million for the street. So the question is, then, how do you pay for that? This year, I came in here in March and let a statement to you that I was very happy to be writing the last check to pay off the 2011 refunding loans that we did, which paid for the city park. City park is behind the library, and paid for a major renovation at the police park. So that and the Maxi property we pay off this year, and that is critical to us having this conversation. So what I want to give you now is, I asked Liz to be here tonight. You got to speak in part 2, right? You ready to take over? Appreciate you being here. So these folks, it's after 5 for them, I know they want to get home. So how do we come up with, if we borrowed $4 million, my recommendation is to borrow for 5 years and pay that back. We're still weaning ourselves off borrowing long-term bond money and paying that back in 20, 25 years. So next year, we will make the last payment on the last $2 million we borrowed. Next year. So we bond this money, our first payment will be for a year from now. So between the debt we're paying off and House Bill 1, you remember House Bill 1? House Bill 1 is the Infrastructure Modernization Act that went through the House using what the state calls the use tax. I call it the internet sales tax. So our first check we got for that was in January. We got $89,000, about $90,000. I have created a spreadsheet here with Isabel, and we've got a blue line here. That blue line projects out what those dollars are going to be based on that revenue coming into it. So we're gonna take the use tax and use 100% of it, plus the debt that we're paying off this year, to go around and shop local bonds at a local bank to be able to get this project going this summer. No million waiting till next year. You can act right now, it's within our grasp. We counsel with Lynn Norris and others. Books have been looked at. We can go up to $8, $9, $10 million. It's not my recommendation. My recommendation is not $5 million, it's $4 million, and pay it back in $800,000 a year. We paid off $400 this year. We've got infrastructure act from House Bill 1. Those two together make up enough to satisfy $800,000 plus interest, whatever it be going forward. So I'm gonna give you this spreadsheet. Liz made this spreadsheet for us. We go back and forth and back and forth, do a lot of arguing to reach a point. You're comfortable with it, Liz? All right, so this is our city bond and interest. Our millage fund, what we have up here on the top, this thing is 3 pages long. Before I give it to you, it shows all of our debt out to 2039. Right here in front of you. You'll see it begin to pay off. So, general fund debt, the only thing it doesn't have in it is enterprise. These pages don't have the enterprise fund in it, and it probably doesn't have something to bought a vehicle, that kind of debt. Okay, so this is all the big debt that we have. Amphitheaters over here is being paid with 2% fund. It's not part of our general millage. Right? So if you look under the years 2020, 2021, you see the, as Liz says, the parentheses mean good. You're doing a good job. Don't stop. My recommendation is to use 800,000, not $1 million a year, and pay back over 5 years. I feel uncomfortable. I think this kind of debt is maintenance money. The bond money, long-term, 20, 25, 30 years, is to build something. Other than that, this is maintenance money. And it needs to be recurring spending. And at the end of this 5-year period, you can take the same spreadsheets that I gave you that have good, okay, poor, and failing, and you look at that poor list, and those will be the next ones to rise to the top as we begin to pay off this. So we have the money. I have our accountant here to share that with you. And we have the plan. So I'm about getting with it. I really believe that this is a time for us to move. I believe banks have a lot of money that's just sitting there, and they would welcome an opportunity to use the city of Brandon to place some of that money. Last time we did this, there were 5 banks that made a bid on that $2 million. Bank Plus, Community Bank, Priority One, Renaissance, and Trustmark. And they all had very competitive rates. The one that won the day last time was 1.7% interest. This is the time. So, you know, it feels a little funny. You think of what's going on in society today, that you shouldn't be doing this, and I'm the exact opposite. This is the time you have the will and you have the resources. And we have paid off significant debt. And on the debt, let me tell you one more thing we will pay off. I'll give this to you. Next year, we will pay off the 2009 restructuring bond, which is meters, the street loan, what we borrowed from Community Bank. We'll make our last payment next year on that. The GO bonds from 2002, street improvements in 2002, 2002 refunding bond, the 1995 GO bond, which was the police station building. So we still haven't paid off the bond that built the police station yet. The maintenance shop, the public library improvements, the addition down there, parks and rec facilities, streets and drainage, 2002 B street improvement bonds, the 2008 negotiable note on the splash park, is what we will pay off next year. And we will pay off the great annuals, Highway 80, I-20 TIP bonds. All that comes to fruition next year. I've been telling you, and I know you believe me, or I would be standing here. You would have supported me in this. We've been in a long, dark tunnel of debt, and what you can't change, you will do it. And we've been paying debt. And we're coming out of that tunnel now, this year. And we'll be out of that tunnel. And you will have great opportunities in the coming years to do good things for City of Grant. And you just need frugal investigation and decision making in a conservative manner. So we're there. So I would ask then that two things happen tonight. And again, I apologize for not being able to get this on the agenda. I'm going to make a recommendation. I'd like to ask you to add this to the agenda. Two things. One, neither one of them costing money. Both of these you can still back away from. If you're not satisfied when we get that final list of streets, which I believe you have, in my opinion, you have a final list of streets. There may be one that pops up here, something else that pops up there. We'll work through it, okay? I have a resolution here, hiring legal counsel. Yeah, let's do that. That's Mr. Ed in the back of the room. Wave at everybody, Mr. Ed. And I'd like to add that to the agenda for consideration. It's carried us through several other issues that we work with. And then I have a resolution declaring the intention of the mayor and board, City of Brandon, to either issue general obligation bonds of the city, issue general obligation bonds of the city for sale to the Mississippi Development Bank, blank. My message to you is, let's get on with it this time. I don't think we can get money any cheaper than we can get it right now. We got the plan, showed you how to pay for it. Paying off debt is how we're paying for it. And I think we need to move. So I don't think we need to wait till next year or the year after. And I think it would be well received if we did that. So, I have those two things to give you. First, I will give you the intention. And to hire legal counsel to help guide us through it.
I was reading some of this while you were talking. Did you say if we're doing the work or if we are contracting some of it out?
The work, I mean, the repaving the streets. No, every bit of that would be, we'll put that out, that's what I want to do, we'll put out for bid to finance it and do the job at the same time, so they come together rather than doing a long list of 3 or 4 months down the road to figure out to reach that point. I'd like to see us do both at the same time. So we had, I think, 5 people to pick up big packets. 4 years ago when we did this, we were in here, we opened this with 3, I think, I don't have that, but APAC and Superior. But there's some bowling, I can't remember. I did it too. So, By adding these to the agenda, you're not taking definitive action, you're taking the first step to begin to say, okay, yeah, I think I want to head in this direction. So you're not spending any money, you don't have a final plan, but we're hiring counsel to help us get together. Angela says it will be the first board meeting in July. I think, Mr. Ayers, by the time we advertise this, it'll be the first board meeting in July before we can act. If you give us the go-ahead, we'll get Mr. Miller, and we will begin to create a set of bid documents. Put that in front of you at our next meeting, or call a special call board meetings, where it all kind of comes together at the same time. And who knows, we'll be paying streets and all.
Man,
Yes, sir.
these budget numbers, what, are they based off of commodity pricing or?
They're based off,
Sorry, I
No, she had
had.
started, it came out soon.
On web, and I was like, sorry.
I guess my question is, are we locking into tentatively a $4 million price point? If it comes in at $3.5 million, then are we gonna stay there, or are we gonna add streets to it?
I'd say we had street.
Okay, I was
You know, Ralph Barnes last time stood up in here and we opened those bids. He was somewhat taken aback and said, I think you got a good street project. So in other words, a lot better than we would have gotten using commodity pricing. Other thing I want to say to you is, you might remember, last time we did this, we kept the milling, which is the ground up. And like Summit Ridge, some places on Summit Ridge, it has to be milled 3 times. Because you got that much asphalt on top of it, get it back down, get that sun water. Well, I'd like to bid this so that we keep the millings. We use the whole pile we had last time, we got a place to put it out there, we can build parking lots and stuff, so that would be in there, so yes. So, $4 million, comfortable with that, I'm comfortable with Mr. Miller's professional opinion that, $40 a linear foot. He's looking at other bids in the other places. It may not be quite enough. You know, we may have to come back and find something in our budget to come up with the last 2 streets, 3 streets or something. Also, remember, we estimate $12,000 per storm drain culvert on those old streets in Crossgate. I don't have a number for you to tell you what that is, but I know that's a double barrel culvert. I crawled down and laid down in there and looked at it with Tim Martin and took pictures of that on Crossgate, on Woodgate. So those 2 storm drains, you know, that's a $25,000 job right there, just replacing those 2 storm drains across there. Try to save boxes for use in. Good question.
Can you, explain again about the culverts that possibly be replaced, that included in this?
We believe we can do it in there because it's going to be competitive with bid. Charles and I were talking, there's 2 ways to go about that. One is to include it in the bid package where the same contractor gets it. Another way is to bid it off over here on the side, which I would prefer, and then get ahead of the street resurfacing, where we've got another contractor that's doing that work. I believe we get a lot cheaper. Because the big contractor on the streets is just gonna hire this guy, and then he's gonna make money on that. But I will be able to come back pretty quick, with Charles, if you would make a note, we need to check those streets and see exactly how many crossings there are, 10. I hadn't had a chance to go through that list to see how many of those streets actually have a corrugated pipe underneath them that we have to replace. Big argument about, you might hear from somebody is you ought to be doing a slip line project, or you ought to be doing a cure in place. Some of these are so bad you can't even do a cure in place. My feet rest on this. Dig it up, fix it right. And, you know, so, galvanized steel culverts were the best of the day back in the 60s when I started going in the ground. The best you could get. Easiest to work with, speed, get it done. While that was rotten. So let's go back to concrete. We'll not do that. Fix it, you're gonna dig it up, fix it right. All right, board, other questions? Thomas, there's a lot, put a lot of digest there. Big picture, 30,000 feet up is, we got the ability to do a $4 million street project. Showing you how we pay for it, and we can start right now. We don't have to wait till next year. Which is my and staff's recommendation.
It's a good process if you start.
Part of the motivation. Part of the motivation. Charles, would you like to add anything? The microphone there, you certainly take a speaking role, they can't hear you. You're gonna say something, you need to stand up. Get close to the microphone, I've already been fussed at.
Joe, you did a thorough job, and if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. There'll be a number of streets you'll look at, that you'll say, we'll be talking about this. And we probably wouldn't argue that, but we did have to try to, get within a number. So we used both our grading and, there may be a little bit of that we need to discuss, but I do think it's a good list, and I think it's representative of the streets that are the most important.
So the Charles streets would be paid for the one that's on my list here, or my 18 or whatever it is.
Yes, and unless you had a street that you felt was not on the list that was important, then we would look at how we,
I just wanted that this is the ones that work out.
yes.
And that's the same, and you got the same list, Mike, Danny got all of them, White, Tyler, Blue, Chris, you got the list of those streets. Some of those lists you will see, let's see an example. Plain Street. You'll see on that list, I believe it's got a 1 at the top, Chris, because I'm trying to count streets. Well, when they went out and graded the asphalt out there, you see poor, fail. Well, over here on the left, it's got half of 1, 0, 0, 0. That means it just, they graded those areas as they were going through there. That's one street after. I know how long it is, so but down at the bottom, you see 10 total, that's one long street. It's just got 4 areas that were graded. When Tim and Matthew Miller went through there. Does that make sense? Questions? Jane? Frank? Lou?
I'm looking at,
We got it's 5:43, so we got about 5, 6, 7 minutes we can talk. We got a question, wait.
yeah, this stuff that you gave us. a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, well, the big list.
Ridiculous. And just perusing through it, and there were some streets listed a couple times, and I guess that's what you were talking about, like some bridges listed.
That's because part of
In the other,
the last, I'll say 20 years, you would have an opportunity to do some paving, and when you would go do a piece of it, and you wouldn't do it all. Palmwood is a good example of that. You go in and do half of it, and then you don't have any more money, you can't do the other half. So that's why you got some stretches that are good, you got some stretches that are poor, you got some stretches that are fair, it's because you tried to hit and miss. Well, my position is, and I've gone back with Matt, Charles about this, Woodgate, for instance, we added Woodgate, not in the last minute, not on work, but it's a main trunk road. And we ought to go all the way back to Summit Bridge and come all the way out. So, some of that road is in good shape. So when I throwing money away, going over a good road, I think it's better to have a consistent road so that when boards come behind us in time, they're not faced with what you're looking at on that list where you got different grading where you went in and just did a piece of it. That makes sense. I think our trunk road, Summit Bridge, Palmwood and others like that, you just ought to carry people out all the way out, if you can. So that's what it's talking about. That answer your question? Aaron? On.
I asked Charles to ask you a question, just a question. You've got Sterling though, is chip seal,
Yes.
do you really think it can be chip sealed as bad as it is? I'm just asking, it's not bad shape. It is.
Yes, it's the type of street that's a good candidate for it, it's not curvy good. The good thing about chip seal is it is less expensive, which means you can just go further with what you've got. The street itself is not pumping the fast, it's holding up, it's just a good ride surface. You know, so that would be one that you would chip seal. Anytime you're gonna chip seal a micro, you're probably gonna have to come back to that street. Well, not probably, you will have to come back to that street sooner than if you did an overlay. But the street is much more of a candidate for chip seal than overlay, because to overlay that street, you would need to do quite a bit of work. If you were to go in there with an 1.5-inch overlay, even 2-inch overlay, because of the general condition of the street, I don't know that it's going to perform that well over a 15-20 year period. So if you went in and you did a chip seal on it, within 5 or 6 years, you're going to need to revisit it. And that's really the way that those products work. Micros and chip seals are something that you're really looking to revisit every 5 to 7 years versus a 2-inch overlay that's going to run out for 15.
I'm good with it.
About the chip seal, East Value, we're gonna do it this year with that first check that we got, that we didn't budget against, you know, the House Bill 1 money, that's $180,000. We did 2 checks, we get the second check in a couple of weeks. We didn't budget against that because when we were doing the budget, I wasn't 100% sure we were gonna get it. So when it comes in, you know, it's kind of like, okay, now I got the check in hand. So one of those is gonna do East Value, I carry it back to chip seal. I've always looked at chip seal as a way to help build a better base so that you can come back.
Well, he's right, I mean, it's no curving gutter.
Yeah.
And it runs off into the grass, and it's,
And for, to give you an example of Matthew and Charles, we had conversations about this, and it's not on our list. So I can already tell you, the street, Kane Circle. Because Matthew Miller is about to put a bid package together where we go, I think, are you through with that bid package on that water tower yet, Matthew?
I'm part of it.
So we're gonna be cutting the legs off the water tower and raising it 40 feet. Remember, that's part of our improvement in the water system. That equipment, that heavy equipment, those 6 cranes they're gonna carry in, are gonna finish destroying Kane Circle. You know, we researched it when we did that sewer line project. So I don't know if that's a $30,000, $25,000 fix, but we're going to fix that street here after the water tank is fixed. We can look at wells and we have that too. Right, Charles? Matthew, Matt Dodd, you got that? You need to add Kane Circle. Okay. So see, there are these little things that come out. Yes. So I'll ask, yes, sir.
One of the questions is,
Well,
to Liz, I guess, on your spreadsheet, that blue line, that tax money we're getting goes 180 to 360 to 540, and that levels off at 720. What's the thought process behind that? Or maybe.
that's not Liz's question, that's actually Mr. Baker's question I'll be glad to answer. So when that House Bill was passed, that limited sales tax, you get a fourth of that in the first year, 25%. Next year, you get 50% of what the overall projection is. And the projection is based on population and sales tax. So in the third year, you get 3/4 of that, 75%. In the last year, so if you look at year 4, that's what we should be. Now, well, the only thing, there's 2 things that change that every census. That will change that. And then our sales tax dollars will change for the next decade, I guess. Right? But I know since it's, the population does have some play into it. House Bill 1 was the first time the counties ever got sales tax. Makes sense, half of the population of the state of Mississippi lives in the outside of the municipality, and half lives inside. So, but in an odd way, there was Baker.
You should have to county still gets the,
use tax. They get sales tax, internet sales tax.
Is that where there was some talk when all that was going on about matching
Oh,
current
well,
budget?
see, for a county, they can only thing they have is roads and bridges. They can match against that, they can use that. For a municipality, we got water, sewer, and streets. We got more than we'll ever use in matching that. Just the amount that we pay on the streets matches that. Make sense? So we're well, will be. And, you know, we're gonna be lobbying, we're trying to do lobbying, to see if we can increase that.
what we did was.
They can't hear you on the microphone.
What we did was a 5-year look back, and we calculated, so every city had a benchmark. And so Brandon knows its benchmark. You have to spend at least that to get, so we know there's no, you took out the bad year, you took out the best year, and basically your best reasonable years to go. So we know where our benchmark is.
All right, I don't know about you folks, hanging around here. These number of years, I'm glad you're coming out of this, Tom. So,
Thank you, Mayor and Charles and Elizabeth, and Matt, and all y'all, Matthew.
don't get Tim, you'll hurt his feelings back there.
Well, he kept that stuff, he looked at his feet. He and Elizabeth. Thank everyone, it's been on my mind, you know, that for a while.
Taking a lot to get to this point. So, in March, wrote that check, paid off that debt, gave the streets in April. They had time to think about it in May, those of you that had time, and here we are, June 1. Let's get on. Good question. Okay, so we'll motion second, we'll add it to the agenda of the mayor, and Mr. Ed can leave at that point and get to work. All right? And it is 5:52. So that concludes, unless somebody else has a question, please, our work session, and we'll start our board meeting shortly at 6.